Right. I'm back. Just a minute under the deadline that I gave myself. We're going to be going for about 4.5 hours today. Gonna head off at about 7:30 because I've got a quiz to go to this evening. I wouldn't normally stream today, but we missed Monday and Tuesday, and I really want to get through this. So, we defeated the Titan. And we saw Joshua meet with Dion Lesage after Prince Olivier was made the Emperor.
What became of Kupka? Why haven't we heard anything?
Try to stay calm. I'm sure we'll hear something soon.
The sun hath topped the mountain, the dawn hath kissed the
Sky.
Bid welcome to the morning, and fears of night goodbye.
Welcome home, Clive. I was hoping you'd be back soon.
If the state of our coffers is anything to go by.
Let's see, we found ourselves.
A Desert Alliance. Sid II. I trust you will forgive me for putting you and your dear uncle to the test. I am confident that a man of your position can understand the importance of earning one's trust, especially in times like these. For what it is worth, you now have earned mine, and I can assure you it shall not easily be relinquished. May this be the start of a fruitful relationship. Rosina. Right then, to Otto. And we'll have to apologise to Gav for destroying the Mother Crystal when we said we wouldn't.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Well, no surprises there. It was the same after Drake's breath.
What we looking like, Nectar? Ooh, got a few more. Soul Stingers. See, a swarm of vicious Vilekin has of late made its nest near an abandoned village in the fields of Korava. And as the hive has grown, so too has its hunger. Already the stripped corpses of great beasts have been sighted in its vicinity. Should the Vilekin be left to their own devices, the nearby settlement shall surely be reduced to naught, but a collection of bleached bones within a 12 moon. Empty hovel, Dalmekia. Grimalkin. Just off the Sickle, the road that leads from Dalimil to the Jaw, lies a dead-end canyon into which travellers moving at night are wont to stray, providing a constant supply of sustenance for a feline most foul, with the daytime desert heat ever its own threat to life, and merchants ever mindful not to waste their last shards of crystal on the lighting of lamps. Only the monster's demise might save them. A rank, and an S rank. The Nine of Knives. Dalmekian traders are wont to say a prayer for unwary travellers journeying from Dalimil to Drake's Fang, for there lurks a bloodthirsty brigand, one who appears to be more interested in letting the blood of his quarry than he is in any gil or goods he may plunder from their caravans. If the road is to be made safe again, then at least one traveller passing through the place must not flee, but stand and fight. In the Jaw, there's Cattery. The Breaker of Worlds. Urgent notice to all curse breakers. Due to the discovery of a fallen giant in the Rosarian ruins we have lately been investigating, all work in the region is to be halted with immediate effect, and all members are to proceed no further than the village gate, lest the echo should be awakened by our presence. No further action may be taken without Sid's express permission. I'm assuming we probably can't do that just yet, then. seeing how we struggled against a B rank. Struggled-ish.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure.
No, you're gonna get
You're not leaving me
stoned.
behind again.
The curse.
Otto. Any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
If you're desperate to know more about Waloed, Vivian's your girl. But if I were you, I'd be heading straight to my bed.
It's good to have you back. I was worried.
Not bad for a boy from the Imperial Barracks, eh?
Quite.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident Physica suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waloeders.
Yes.
The very same. But whatever plans
With
Cooper was
their
hatching with the Royalists,
Swedish or
he
Danish
took them to
accent.
his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waloeders must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map?
Snore. There remain 2 mother crystals.
The kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest.
Preferring espionage.
Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloeder standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done.
Hugo Kupka is dead!
The wounds he left that night are still raw. Especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
You didn't really instruct all that
I've never known you
much.
to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
And how may I assist you today?
Kupka and the Fang were the bedrock upon which the Republic stood. Now that both have crumbled, Dhalmekia's descent into chaos is all but assured.
So what of its parliament?
You ask. Will the ministers not take it upon themselves to pick up the pieces of their crumbling nation? I doubt it. They have little love for their people, only their own preservation.
Which leaves but one man.
Standing between Dhalmekia and disaster, former Field Marshal Eugene Havel. If any is to pick up the baton of command, it shall surely be he. But as the bitter tides of ire and avarice rise around him, how long will he be able to keep his head above water? I wonder.
Allow me to educate you. Here you are. Thus ends today's lesson.
Charon, Blackthorn, and Hippocrates.
Gav told me the gentleman you visited earlier, the one with the loud voice, was your uncle. I did think there was a resemblance. Something in the eyes.
Sure. We'll do Hippocrates and the tomes first.
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh, my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
Well, not quite yet.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has.
Save
To
Sid
others,
and Jill.
He reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his
Joshua.
wake. Like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
Beyond the ken, a bringer of death.
Whether the
Apparently we are not Knuff.
was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot.
How good it is to see you, Clive. Were you aware...
that in many cities bearers are forbidden from having children? It is believed that the ether used to bring a child into the world hastens the crystal's curse, lessening the mother's productivity. Such is the world we live in. Fortunately, Ted and Crow's parents were able to escape that world, if only for a few brief summers.
But what of the twins themselves?
Born in the hideaway, one touched by magic, the other spared its burden. Their minds are blissfully untainted by the poisonous rhetoric of priests and politicians. They will grow up knowing there is no difference between man and bearer, and they will pass that truth on to their own children, and they to theirs, until the world we live in now is but a footnote in the annals of history.
Yes, change will come.
And through a magic which requires no crystal to conjure, one that will endure long after the last mother crystal has fallen.
I have said it many times.
Hugo Kupka was a murderer, but he was also a thief who robbed us of our happiness, of our hope. And though I know it is wrong to revel in the death of another, we can take solace in the fact that he will never steal anything from us ever again.
His story is ended.
Thank you, Clive.
I have a few new notes that might interest you.
So close.
You wish to study the tomes?
Torgal, Clive's faithful friend who is fiercely protective of him and his allies, however it emerges that he is much more than a mere scent hound. He is a rare frost wolf, imbued with a sorcerous strength that he is able to call upon to defend his allies in times of crisis. Doris, born and branded in Rosaria. Doris now captains the Cursebreakers, directing their bearer-liberating operations in concert with Cole, her second-in-command. While she is fiercely committed to the cause, she abhors violence and will only bloody her blade if circumstances demand it. Ferda, Lubor's accomplice who directs the espionage efforts of the Desert Hare's loyal minions from his home in Dalamil. Born poor and turning to banditry at a young age, Ferda was saved from his life of crime by the original Ruzina Dalamil, who gave him a new purpose serving her own, somewhat less felonious endeavours. After Ruzina passed away, he continued to serve Lubor in the same capacity. Bernard. A carpenter who resides at Martha's Rest, whose speed and skill, together with the surrounding marsh water's deleterious effect on the planks and piles of the village's many bridges, keeps his services in high demand. He was born and raised in Cressida, where his parents lie buried, and is recently engaged to be wed. Sir Terence, second in command of the Dragoons, the foremost fighting force of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque. His sword remains ever at the ready should anyone be foolish enough to make an attempt on the life of his liege lord, Prince Dion. Born to a family of minor nobles, Terence entered the prince's service as a squire before climbing the Dragoons' ranks. He and Dion are lovers. Lay of the land. The Holy Knights Dragoon, elite troops of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque, led by Prince Dion Lesage. Drawn largely from the nobility of the realm, their status as Knights of the Sacred Dragon affords them still higher standing in the eyes of the people. In the Battle of the Borderlands in 873, as in so many conflicts down the years, they proudly led the charge as the Empire entered the fray. The Dalmekian Republic, a nation formed from a federation of 5 smaller states. It is located in the southern half of the continent of Storm, and its capital at Randalar. Having lost both Drake's Fang and the mighty Titan, the political situation in Dalmekia has deteriorated drastically. The government scrambling to withdraw their troops from the ill-starred siege of the Crystalline Dominion, that they might be redeployed to quell the unfolding chaos at home. The accession of the Emperor Olivier. Holy Emperor Sylvester Lesage handed power to Olivier, his second-born son, and only child by the Empress Annabella, in a turn of events that shocked a nation. None was more shocked, however, than his firstborn son, Dion, who was presiding over troop movements in the area surrounding the Crystalline Dominion when the news first reached him. Drake's Fang, a mother crystal that was located in the heart of the Dalmekian Republic. While it is widely reported to have been destroyed by Sid the Outlaw in the year 878, rumours also abound of orcs, subjects of the Kingdom of Waloed, having been sighted there at the time. Regardless of the cause, the loss of their mother crystal and the dominant upon whom they so heavily relied soon brought the Dalmex to the negotiating table in a desperate bid for the cessation of hostilities with the Empire. The fall of Drake's Fang. Drake's Fang, mother crystal of the Dalmekian Republic, was destroyed by Sid the Outlaw and his associates in the year 878. Hugo Kupka, dominant of Titan, also disappeared in the attack and was presumed to have died. The loss of their icon led to the Dalmex hastening their withdrawal from the conflict with the Empire that was ongoing at the time. The Briar's Kiss. Lubor's Forge in Dalamil. Its name is known across the Republic for the quality of its steel and the skill of its smiths. The Forge Master of the Briar's Kiss is a man of many titles. Forge Master Nonpareil. Forge Master Nonpareil, Desert Hare, Rosina Dalamil, and dear friend and ally of the late Sidolphus Telamon. The Republican Parliament. The highest council of government of the Republic of Dalmekia, 7 ministers are responsible for ruling the nation. After the death of Hugo Kupka and destruction of Drake's Fang, the Republic descended into chaos, and it fell to the ministers to pick up the pieces of their crumbling country. The Velcroy Desert. A vast, arid wilderness located in the Dalmekian Republic. The further west one travels, the deeper and more forbidding the sands grow, and the more frequent the signs of settlements long since deserted. To the south, water can at least be found, albeit piping hot, a quality which has given rise to Dalamil Inn and the hot springs surrounding it. Despite the forbidding environment, trade ensures a steady flow of traffic, north and south, served by various inns along the way. The Kingdom of Waloed. The sole surviving nation in Ash, Waloed has its capital at Stonehere, home to the mother crystal of Drake's Spine. It is ruled over by Barnabas Tharma, dominant of Odin and Warden of Darkness, who somehow managed to bring the hordes of marauding beastmen that once plagued his lands to heel, and persuaded them to direct their aggression at his enemies instead. These bloodthirsty forces have been deployed as far afield as Drake's Fang in the Dalmekian Republic. The Jaw, a wild mountainous region of southwestern Dalmekia from which Drake's Fang can be seen looming in the distance. Not anymore. The Free Cities of Canva, a federation of neighbouring independent city-states located to the southeast of the Dalmekian Republic. While originally part of Dalmekia, the cities achieved their independence in the year 857, hoping to step away from the Republic's internal struggles and focus instead on the commerce upon which their prosperity had been built. Political power currently resides with the Council of Guild Masters, prominent Canvarian traders and craftspeople. The lack of a dominant or a mother crystal to covet, along with its considerable financial resources, allows Canva to retain both its independence and neutrality in the face of considerable turmoil elsewhere. As such, it lacks a standing army, the defence of its walls having been relegated to a small, yet well-trained city guard. Old Canva. The capital of the Free Cities of Canva, located at the tail end of Titan's Wake in southeast Storm. It is a hive of mercantile activity, where one can hardly move for the trade transacted on nigh every cobbled corner. The Isles of Ark. The cluster of tiny islands upon which the crystalline dominion stands. They are largely man-made, having been built on top of existing ruins and are arranged with an administrative hub at the centre, surrounded by the citizens' dwellings, and beyond those, the slums in which various refugees make their homes. The glistening spire at the island centre is home to the Dominion's mother crystal. Canva's independence. The Free Cities' bid for independence began in 849, when several prominent Canvarian guildmasters announced their desire to secede from the Republic of Dalmekia. After a bitter struggle lasting 8 long years, this independence was finally achieved in 857. Brand removal. The painstaking process of slicing away the bearer brand so that no mark remains. Tyre, the hideaway's physiker, has mastered the procedure, though it still entails a good deal of pain and of risk. Indeed, the brand is written in poison ink that any attempt to remove it should result in death. Given this, many choose to forego the process, even though their brand precludes them from ever leaving the hideaway. Frostwolf, a rare breed of wolf from the frozen northern territories that is said to be able to conjure magics. An ancient fable from the region prominently features a frostwolf by the name of Fenrir, who was companion to the Queen of the Snows, most likely an allusion to the dominant of Shiva, and defended her not with tooth and claw, but with bolts of ice. Wyvern Tail, the elegant white flower that is a symbol of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque. The Einherjar, the flagship of the Waloed Navy, also known as the Black Galleon. Alongside the Royal Cavalry, it is the pride of Waloed and is capable of swiftly delivering elite troops onto enemy soil to make war in the name of the mighty Odin. Astrologer. Members of the Gregorian clergy who divine the future from the movements of the heavens. It has long been custom for the astrologers of the imperial court to share their auguries only with the emperor, granting them significant political influence, provided, that is, that the emperor of the day shares Sylvester's inclination to heed their advice. Titan. The Warden of Earth who takes on the aspect of a fearsome stony giant. He is known to awaken among the descendants of the ancient moats of Earth, a tribe who once dwelled in the deserts of what is now the Dalmekian Republic. By far the largest and most physically imposing of all the icons, Titan's strength was the bedrock upon which the Republic was built. Orcs. A species of beastmen native to Ash, orcs have historically lacked the means with which to cross the Strait of Ultha and make ingress into Storm. However, rumours of their having been sighted at Drake's Fang have begun to spread as of late, along with speculation that they might have even joined forces with their longtime enemy, the Kingdom of Waloed. Scorpions. With pincers the size of boulders and a hooked tail as long as a chocobo is tall, merely the sight of a scorpion is enough to strike fear into even the most hardened of warriors. That said, the poison contained in their stingers is actually far weaker than those of their lesser cousins, and is primarily used to stun rather than kill. They favour deserts and other hotter climes, and as such are found mostly in Dalmekia, as well as the fiery mountains of the Iron Kingdom.
Did you learn everything you needed?
Take a drink.
Thanks to Sid, the man who hurt your mother and father is gone. I'm sure they're looking down on us now and smiling.
I'm smiling too. Yeah, me too. Thanks, Sid.
Not bad for a boy from the Imperial Barracks, eh?
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Indeed.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. Start to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though. Is it business or pleasure? It's a relief.
Feels like we can breathe again. No more living in fear.
Thank you, Clive.
I know I don't say it often, but I mean it. Oh, and best of luck too. For many years, every other worldly war paled in comparison to the threat of Hugo Kupka. Now he's gone, we'll finally have time to devote to everyday gripes and grumbles. And as the captain of this little ship, I'm sure you'll be on the receiving end of more than a few.
If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it.
Enhancer. Though a savvy merchant would have you believe that through arcane magics imbued into the sword, at high cost to the supplier, its wielder will experience enhanced strength and dexterity. In truth, it's the reduced weight and increased hardness afforded by the weapon's narrow blade of folded steel that ultimately provides the illusion of these enhancements. By that
It's rubbing me blind, you know.
Yeah, okay, we do have those. Increases gil and... Ooh, we'll buy it.
It'd better all be here.
Oh, we got fuck all to sell.
Finished, are you?
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
The facial animations in-game are so weird.
Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Clive,
bloody riddance.
If there was ever a man who deserved a rusty knife in the gut, it was that prick. Not that I'd let you carry around a rusty knife. His death won't bring back the people we lost, but it'll ease a few hearts.
Mine included.
Thank you.
What's that for you, dear? No scratches, all right?
White worm bone. And diamond armlets.
Not my best work, but it'll do.
Oh, it's a pretty cool looking sword.
I'm telling you, it's true.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something? Just spreading the word. So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed. No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news. Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him. You're right. I should. And I will. Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tongs down at that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave. Very well. I'll suggest it. Don't think Mid's been to visit her old man's grave in years. So take her with you when you go. Let Sid see his daughter's face. If he can recognize it under all the grime.
Right. Well, first let's check. Ooh.
How are you doing? It was luck, and luck alone.
That saw me safely out of the hideaway that night. So many others didn't make it. I see them, you know, in my dreams sometimes. Always tell them I'm sorry that I wasn't able to save them.
But now...
I can tell them something different. That Kupka's dead. That you avenged them. And I know what they'll say back to me. So let me say it for them.
Thank you, Clive. Quick look.
For great justice. And use your loaf. Gets us 10 renown and 800 gil. Gets us 20 renown.
Always
we will
something
do
in there.
that one first. I just want to check.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Kuka.
I thought that bastard's death would change things.
When I close my eyes,
I can still hear Yara's voice as he whispers for us to run, as he calls out to the soldiers to distract them. His words saved us, and I'll never forget that. It's just like he said, words are immortal, and his live on in me. They changed my life, and I've wanted to thank him ever since.
only I don't know how.
I don't know the right words
I wish you were here.
to teach them to me.
Is everything we've received and everything
410,
promised?
and we have 39. Yes,
Best of
we'll
luck
do
out
that
there,
one.
Sid.
We will do that one first.
Fancy a look at the list, do you?
Alliant reports.
Quick look.
For great justice.
Good day to you, Sid.
The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
It's not just the crystals.
If you ever need a room, Sid, just say the word. I'll have a bed made up while you eat. And that goes for your friends, too.
Did we buy your...
Innkeeper is a friend of mine.
We did not.
Keep fighting the good fight.
Good to see you, Sid, as always. Master Quentin's...
Ah, Clive. Your timing is exquisite, as always. I have a concern which you may be able to assist me with.
Continue.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current climate, or it may be the prelude to something altogether more dangerous. Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might investigate.
Of course.
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tales, and make what you will of them.
All right. I will.
Hello, Sid. Take a seat where you like.
Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
Fetch!
That wasn't fetch, that was catch.
Hey!
If we're to sup on sour news,
Are you even listening? Word is, the Black Shields took out.
Excuse me. Quentin mentioned strange figures having been sighted near the village. Have you seen anything?
Nah, not me, Gov. I heard the rumours, though. I'm here most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't seen nothing out of the ordinary.
I ain't seen nothing.
Don't worry. Any shady characters try and slip into town this way, and I'll soon come running. And shouting, most likely.
All right. Thank you.
Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba ba.
Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's Pass. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it, screeching out from between the trees. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me, and I ain't been back since.
I see. I'll look into it. Thank you.
Herb mother.
Seems Lorbert's Pass is our best bet then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate? You there?
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape.
Black Shields. Here. What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you?
Not the
we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
You little bitch.
Farewell. Too slow.
Be faster, Clive!
Over here! It's over!
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lost Wing? I need to warn Quentin.
Abilities. Yeah, I think we probably want to upgrade our let's upgrade our limit break. So we should get them all. We should get Shiva in there, Odin in there, and Bahamut in there. So still a fair bit to do. Should have probably just fast travelled back, really. Oh well.
Clive, how goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields hiding near Lorbert's Pass. They're gone now.
Black shields. The Empress's former bloodhounds. Though they serve another master now. One who means to root out and destroy both me and those I care for.
And who would that be?
And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. More time to prepare. But if we are cornered, we have no choice but to bite back. And bite back we shall.
I'm sorry. You're going to need to explain.
Yes.
Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here is for him.
I don't understand. Why him? Why Lost Wing?
I suppose it is better that you know the truth.
That would be nice, yes.
I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it. And fight it I did in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me. who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered, and he faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything.
Find out what his name is.
My loved ones, my livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts.
Was shattered.
So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him, and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection. And so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We are comrades. And our revenge is already in motion. We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his guard. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him first. My friends and comrades, it begins. Make ready for war.
Who the fuck are you talking to, bro? Quest complete. Level up. Level 35.
I'm not going to change his mind.
We're all aglow. Out of the shadow. Clive returns to the hideaway and sets about spreading the glad tidings that Hugo Kupka, the man who crushed their former home and saw many of their friends slaughtered, is no more. Those who lost their lives that fateful night are avenged, and those lucky enough to survive can now live without fear that he might one day return. Might as well do this so while we're out and about. And then go kill some monsters.
I take it Drake's Fang was your doing, Sid.
You really are quite the outlaw.
Our hero returns. That was your doing, was it not?
Rumours of the Fang's destruction have already reached the long ears of the Desert Hare, and they will soon be on the lips of every man, woman, and child in Dalamil. Or I doubt they will receive the news quite so cheerfully as I did. This town owed much of its prosperity and protection to the Fang, and many will feel that now it has left us, so too must they.
As for me,
I know what it is to live without crystals, without wealth. It was not an easy life, but I survived it. And Dalamil has plenty of blessings even without the Mother Crystal. Its healing waters, its proud people. What need have we for magic? It is but a convenience, a crutch. If the people need a new crutch to lean on, perhaps they ought to look to one another.
my ears are always Drake's fangs.
My carpets have
The most fragrant herbs and spices from the breadth of the twins and
There'll be
beyond.
no one to man the shop. Gone, just like that. And without so much as a by your leave.
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. He up and vanished while my back was turned. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run. A bakery that's now short one pair of hands. Loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers, I'm at a loss. Please, will you see if you can find him?
Sure.
I'll see what I can do. Do you know where he might have gone?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang. He used to work there, you see. Poor fool left his heart in its hollow.
All right. Then that's where I'll start.
But first, we are going to Seratina. For what I presume is where the swarm monsters that we're fighting are going to be. Or I'm full of shit. I was sure this is where it was going to be.
Not here. Good girl. All right.
Safe.
Ah, you old bitch. You little bastard. See, I knew it was coming that time, you know, piece of shit.
Stay down.
Rosfield Lucius Kylo. Nice name. Clive! Jeez, Clive has anger issues much. Well, you know, shit has happened to him. How you doing, my friend? Thanks for dropping by. How is the day treating you? I can't see shit. The man has seen shit. He has indeed. Doing good. Hey, I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
You deserve a rest.
Doing a few hunts and some side quests after beating Titan last night. Enjoy 16. 16 is class. I'm on my third playthrough. Holy shit! I can't get it back. Fuck me. Well played. I'm tempted to do a chronolith. I still don't know what these do yet. I'm tempted to do a but don't tell me. Don't tell me. A second playthrough on, is it Ultimania difficulty afterwards? But we'll see. There's so many other games I need to stream. Don't worry, I wouldn't say it. Nice, thank you. I'm not like that. Then you're a good man. Or woman. But I'm going to say... Well, no, they're their last name, so they could be either. Right, he was A rank, so we will save before confronting him.
Come, bow before your king. Bow.
Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. 2, 3, 4. We'll create a new one. I like to have a save with all the different pixel characters on, so I have to keep making new ones, and I like 5 of my current of where I am. Well, why do I recognise that notification? I have no idea. What's up, bro? The 9 of Knives, rank A. What level are you, sir? Okay.
My blade yet hungers, and so do I. Come, let us feast on your flesh.
Your feasting days are over.
Want some more?
Oh, you bitch.
Snuff you like a twig.
Whoa.
Let's try.
I didn't charge it. Bruh. No.
Let's try.
use all our items. Well, all our healing items. That would not surprise me. Ah, you bitch.
Fire and flame! Nice try.
Whoa!
I drink your blood!
Damn it! That was intense. I don't think we're equipped to take on the S rank just
Those
yet.
who kill for sport deserve no better.
Well, we'll pick up this and then we'll go speak to the man. Dusan.
Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me to find you.
I am a sorry, selfish sod, aren't I? Certainly not a baker. Master must rue the day he took me in. Time was the sight of the fang used to calm my nerves. Now look at her.
I take it you miss the Mother Crystal.
I hated her, but she was all I knew. Worked her mines for years. And when she shattered, part of me shattered with her. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin, but I'm no good at baking. Every loaf I touch collapses. My bread's as hollow as I am. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. I loved her, damn it. But now she's gone. She's never coming back. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How does a shell of a man learn to live again?
Express yourself. Remember the good times or focus on your work.
Try to remember the good times. Do that, and the Mother Crystal will be with you no matter where you are.
Even in the bakery. What a fool I've been. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. You've opened my eyes. I have to get back there right away. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Wait. Suppose you won't be needing an escort then.
Ah, that's the way to the swarm enemies.
mountain of a monster, twice as tall as Titan himself, cracked the fang open like it was a sparrow's egg. I swear on my grandmother's grave, I saw it.
Mother Crystal. The mines.
It's all gone. Right, well, let's go back here first, so that way we can buy more potions and shit.
Back again, are you? Any more trouble and you'll be barred for life, however deep your friends' pockets might be.
I beg your pardon, my
most
lady.
fragrant herbs and spices.
Ah, there you are. The man who lit a fire under my wayward apprentice. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high. He damn near ran me down trying to get to my oven.
Master, it's ready. Behold the Drake's Balm. A truly unique creation.
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. A perfect likeness of the Fang herself. Her steepled peaks, her fulsome spurs, her inviting hollow. True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? Why, no Fang at all. And look, inside. She's filled to bursting with a bounty of beautiful crystals.
I was about to say, I hope you don't put crystals in there, but salt crystals kind of
Master,
make sense, I
I have
suppose.
found my purpose. I must use my work here to preserve the memory of the Fang.
Well, if it tastes half as unique as it looks, I'd certainly say you're onto something.
What the fuck did you
Not
do?
only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight. With any luck, I might even have a new delicacy on my hands. I don't know how you did it, but you have my thanks.
Quest complete. Bye, boys.
Where's your loaf?
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Anything I can interest you in?
Yes.
An excellent choice. My thanks. Here you are. Pleasure trading with you.
Now we got black blood.
Anything else I can take off your hands?
No, we good. I should probably start using the stone skin stuff more often.
Good girl.
Yeah, the Cattery's got to be through the sickle. Bow, 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 bow.
Straight home now. It's over.
Get wrecked. The cattery. A bit of gill.
Silent stone! It's over!
Grimalkin. So it's a reskinned panther, this one? Definitely not a curl, because it's not got the whiskers.
Playtime for the pack, is it? Let me introduce you to mine. It's over!
Piece of piss, bro!
And then there was one.
Well, that was a big old whiff, Torgal. Think Mark. Defeat 10 notorious marks. Grimalkin hide. Grimalkins have developed spots on their skins. They have multiple skins on one. Grimalkins have developed spots on their skin, which render them nigh invisible as they prowl the arid savannas of the southern storm. Said spots provide considerably less camouflage when prowling elsewhere, however, obtained by defeating Grimalkin.
That wasn't too bad, was it, Torgal?
We gonna get a chest? It better be a chest up here. Yes.
Come on.
And now we're heading into the fields of Carava to hunt for the swarm. And then we will return to the hideaway and speak with Mid, I think.
Thanks, Gal. This might take a while. Soil and stone!
Get wrecked. The fields of Carava. Empty hovel, that's where we need to go. Oh, like a big buffalo. A buffalo soldier. Oh, it's just like a daddy bighorn.
Nice try.
Oh shit, it's a curl. Damn it. LB combo. Here they are. Soul Stingers, rank C. Level up.
Peace at last.
Oh, excuse me. is where we want to go. Because we are returning to the hideaway.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh.
Worry.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
No surprises there.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so.
A token.
You earned this.
Merci.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
And I think it's just the Breaker of Worlds left. Did I ever tell you about the time I took a trip to the islands west of Storm?
You mean the Iron Kingdom?
Is that what you call them, Kupo? In Moogle tongue, we call them the Smithies, and the strait that separates them from the mainland, the Quench. I was adventuring down the Dalmekian coast when I saw bright lights and black shadows out in the offing, Kupo, so I flew over to take a closer look. Imagine my disappointment when I learned those lights and shadows weren't busy forges staining the land with soot, but blighted rocks leaking lava. Still, from what I've learned of how the locals treat strangers since, Kupo, it was probably for the best that I didn't get a chance to say good day. So there. Yeah, just the Breaker of Worlds.
I know what you're going to tell me. Thank you, Clive. Thank you.
Of course.
When it comes to boyish charm, Goops has an indomitable rival in Gav. One is the sweet little babe in arms to be cooed over. The other, the naughty little boy who'd pull on my pigtails.
Make up your fucking mind.
I think Ned might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. The thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
Useful.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Thermal plating designs.
editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I knew it was a good idea to have editors study alongside the children. It's really stoked their competitive spirit.
On a lake lived a queen and goblins 3, but heed not did the goblins their queen, and so, full of wrath, did she banish them to shore, where they supped on mud till their lips turned black, and they begged to return. And good of heart, the queen, she did take them back.
I have done it, Sid. I have learned all the letters, every one.
Well done. That sounded sarcastic, but well done.
What do I have to eat to grow as tall as you, Mr. Stelz?
You're already... What is he? Amateur Twitcher.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favour?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Thermal plating designs. Instructions on how to go about building oneself a full set of thermal plating to dissipate heat from around a mithril engine, should one find oneself in need of such a thing.
Krieger's Tates. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand coat in the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, we can get this over with.
Letting off steam.
You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you? Oh, it's not like it's the most...
Up to you who you take to the desert. I mean, Gav's doing the fight. You don't have my winning personality.
We'll go with Gav, then.
You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
Gav, you're with me.
All right, then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of the stuff from Blackthorn's supplier. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting them fleece ya.
Fleece me? I'd like to see him try.
In your own time.
Sounds like this river we're looking for is south of the Dalamil Inn. I'll hire us a wagon and meet you there.
I'll get us a good price. Is that what you want to worry about?
What do you need? So, what'll it be? Anything else?
No.
I heard what you told Nan about Kupka. Hopefully all our old friends can rest easy now.
Let's go find some fucking sand.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of the stuff lying about just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
Teabagging.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
Surrounded by fucking beasts or some bollocks. Oh no.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough.
5 handfuls. Legend has it that a star once fell from the heavens and punctured a hole in the Dalmekian desert, whence sprang forth the fountainhead of the river Velcroy. Kind of a la Starfall in Game of Thrones.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat? Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you.
Bromance. Kiss, kiss, kiss. They are staring intently into one another's eyes there.
Right.
Well,
that's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Alright. He's now a lading looser.
Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs.
I got everything Blackthorn asked for. How'd it go over in Dalimil?
All right, Clive. I gave all that stardust to Blackthorn just like I promised.
Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often.
Out on
It
maneuvers.
beats sneaking around on your Todd all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Not really.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Quest complete.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
I think we're gonna learn that one. What does the upgrade do? Increases bolts. And then equip judgment bolt in there. The name of Ramu's summon in Final Fantasy VII and 9, I think. Judgment Bolt.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins. I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? What's her name back there? Give you all the details.
Right.
Talk to her back there. You know, thingy. She'll tell you exactly
Eleanor.
which bits of which ruin we need. You just need to go find.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in.
Awesome.
It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can sit there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Me back.
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near
I was just
Lothring.
there, bro.
The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up
If it's the
residence
griffin,
there.
I killed it.
It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
Oh yeah, because they're prepping for war.
If you're ready, we leave at once.
Come, my children, the reckoning is nigh.
Such a fucking baby jump.
Stay down!
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back. Anybody home?
Oh, it's an Araman.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go. Too slow. Nice try.
Ah, you little bitch. Oh, you fucking little bastard. Whey, we got the trophy. Get wrecked, son.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Quest complete. I think we just unlocked the next thingy as well. The Eye of the Warrior. Increases strength tonic duration by 10 seconds. Only those who have stood in battle can know its boon and its curse. A first-hand account of the Siege of Stonehair. Have fun excavating. Naught else about.
Your work is done, Sid. We'll take care of the rest. Let Mid know she'll have her helm very soon, would you?
It's good to have you back. I was worried.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border. No surprises there.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Oh yeah, the one we didn't read. Many claim they wish to change the world. Few actually take it upon themselves to do so. You're an inspiration to us all, a nameless patron. Few are those who would strive to lighten the burden borne by the crystals cursed. But if we are to survive the coming storm, we must stand together, bearer and brother, as you have shown us, a friend in Northreach.
Here you are. All done?
When it comes to boyish charm,
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge,
Hippocrates.
I know whose counsel I would seek. Hippocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Take this to him?
Right away.
Thermal shielding designs.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. Thanks to Sid, the man who...
Hippocrates, do you have the moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
A baffling diagram made all the more confounding by the preponderance of question marks that blemish its borders.
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? What are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of... pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames.
The Enterprise, the Hideaway's mithril engine-powered flagship, designed by the father and daughter team of Sidolphus and Midadol Telamon. The ship is currently under construction in a hidden cove on the outskirts of Kanda.
Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire. So if we could recreate it, it might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obolus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
Talia and Jill.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research.
We'll bring Talia with us.
I leave the decision
We
as to who
always
will go with
travel
whom
with Jill.
in your capable hands, Clive.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. You could have done with some of that on Drustinus.
I doubt I would have survived that place with or without it. A trip to Northreach, though, I think either of us could handle.
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
All right. So, what are we fetching?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
Garlic? Conch shells? Are you sure this is the right list? Looks like the ingredients for someone's supper.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Well, isn't that convenient? I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you there.
All right. Stay safe.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research.
Hippocrates and I'll look after things here. You head over to Northreach.
No. Where's Talia?
Welcome, welcome.
50,000.
An excellent choice. I doubt you'll get more than that in the capital. Thank you. I'll be here if you need me.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
Need to stock up on these.
Spoiling another catch.
There you are, Talia.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like this. But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What shall I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me by the gate when you've got them.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't tell me you've forgotten what you're looking for already. Garlic and pepio nuts. Do you want to take the list?
Buy, sell, or be gone.
Alright, douche. Pepio nuts. The edible fruit of the pepio plant is prized by chocobo breeders, although the superstition that it lends a stud bird additional stamina seems largely founded on its blushing, swollen form than any quantifiable results.
Go on, take it.
There's two. How the hell is anyone supposed to afford that price?
Citizens are free to come and go as they please.
You haven't much, but you're free to look. Ah, yes.
Garlic. Elementary alliums. Elementary alliums are a hallmark of classical Sambra Quack cuisine. So much so that it is a tradition for the Emperor to award honorary titles to those responsible for supervising their cultivation and preparation in the White Worm castle kitchens. The so-called Garlic Knight among them. Is that like a nod to the Onion Knight?
I hope it's to your liking. Good day.
That should do it. Hopefully Ty is finished too.
Well, did you find everything?
Indubitably.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes then. He'll be waiting. But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat.
Sure. What do you require, Tyre?
Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tyre.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too. By all of us.
Aww, kiss, kiss, kiss. There's that intense staring at one another again. Clive. You man whore.
Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tomes so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
All right.
All right. And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
Excuse me.
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Oh, better late than never. We're ready to begin whenever you are.
Welcome home. He had a successful trip.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course.
Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk. We should do it again sometime.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Med of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
Quest complete.
Well, I better go and give Mid the good news then.
Right. Save. And I am going to go for a wee. You know, all the jazz that I do. Stretch me legs. Stretch me back out. Get a drink. I'll be back in what? Hopefully 5 minutes? No more than 10 though. So I'll be throwing up the BRB screen for a few. And I'll whack some ads on so we can get rid of them pesky pre-rolls. And do it while I'm gone, because that makes the most sense, I think. Right then. I will see you shortly. There we are, it was 10 minutes. Oh, need to switch my input and put my phone on charge. Bear with me. Well born, everybody. Right then, let's go and speak to Mid. And then go and visit Sid.
The notes to Sid. Thank you, Clive. Not just from me, but from Kenneth, too.
Do the gardeners have out to say?
To the chocobo. And do you know what it did?
Eat up, little ones. There's plenty more chocobo manure where that came from.
You'll never believe this, Martel. Crooker's dead. Sid did it.
He certainly did.
Sid. Thank the Founder you have returned safely. It's one weight off my mind.
And how about the peeps up the stairs? At the top up there.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
Lovely breeze, isn't it?
Sitting here, eating good bread, good company.
Catch your death sleeping out here.
I know. I'm too full to move.
I hear you've been busy making friends, Sid. Your predecessor had the same idea. Why, he even extended the hand of friendship to me. Not once, but twice.
Thanks, suspicious character.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
I like Mid.
You know,
when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
I do like the term. Precision walloping. Some time later.
It's finished. It's finally finished.
Fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
Alright, Blackthorn. You fucking geezer. Speak with me.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming.
About what if Dad was here to see this built?
Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned.
Yeah.
So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up.
Let's go
as soon
visit
as the
your
Enterprise
dad.
is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans. I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
A quest from the missives.
Impressive, isn't it? I can't wait to see how the rest of the vessel looks.
He cracked the crystal too.
What's it called? Mid's Dungeon. Oh wow. Off the record. I was thumbing through the hideaway ledgers at Otto's behest. I might have come across something that might need your attention. Maybe. And by that I mean immediately. You know where I'll be.
Trouble with the ledgers. Shouldn't he be asking Otto for help?
A bad feeling. Clive, something ain't right with that hound of yours. When it pleases your lordship, come pay me a visit at the toll.
What could be wrong with Torgor? He seemed well enough when I last saw him.
A bone to pick. About Blackthorn. The pen is mightier. Cheers for your help dragging Blackthorn out of the dumps the other day. Thing is, I reckon he's gone and thrown himself back in, judging by the droop of his jowls lately. So I'm thinking maybe it weren't just the leather that was on his mind. Maybe there's other demons jabbing their pitchforks into his privates. I know you're a busy bloke, but next time you find yourself free, maybe we could go and ask the old bastard what's got him so hot and bothered. Assuming it ain't just the forge. August. 50-year-old man, child's voice.
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case. I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgor?
So you can read. Congratulations.
What a bitch.
I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at them. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
Oh, Torgal.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal. Something's not right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite. Which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All
you're a
canids
poet.
are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume
does that mean too
that
much?
his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing
Excessive
are no longer
amount.
sufficient. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about
Cressida.
took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you, and you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there something else weighing on your mind? Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, you've got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade.
A katana.
The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me, the edge on it. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you?
Nah, no. They're not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you.
He's a good lad.
Let's see what Karen knows about this sword. You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections. Which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's a touch eccentric. If you take me meaning.
I do take your meaning.
I appreciate the warning.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build? Yeah. He said it was some sort of chimney stack.
Must be quiet. Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really? That's a ship.
Is that you done then? Mid's not roped you into building the rest of the boat, has she?
Clive, did you get my letter?
Yes, Goat. Yes,
That's
I
why
did.
I'm here.
Shh. Otto won't be listening.
Is this better?
A little. Listen, I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be
How?
slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it's maybe my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. Zero, you might say.
Fucking
I can straighten it
dingus.
out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time, and I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. In the hope of digging you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, The man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt.
He has a cunning plan.
This was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each.
How'd you fuck up that badly?
They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see? And, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility. And it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are.
The fuck are they?
Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe, and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
What a dick. Right. So let's go to Dal Emil first.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
They say Drake's fang is
Back
gone.
again, are you?
Oh, Mother
Any more
Crystal
trouble and you'll be barred for life.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah. You. Listen. I've got this theory. The fallen. I don't think they all fell. Some of them.
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. One of our wealthier patrons has purchased the castle.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious.
Mithril engine. The technology designed to propel the Hideaway's flagship, the Enterprise, across the seas at heretofore inconceivable speeds. It is not fueled by magic, but by mithril, a hard, inert substance refined from deadland soil. Inert, that is, unless burned at blistering temperatures, whence it releases all the energy stored within. For which reason cooling is required in the form of a 3-piece thermal displacement stack. 4 of them, in fact.
He's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some
the bandit's
indiscreet
bed.
inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamil is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
I think this might be slightly closer.
Ready, go?
All right.
Got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
You're finished! Soil and stone!
Yeah!
Please.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamil.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my affection.
Yes, this filthy
what
oaf.
What should I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours.
Mithril?
And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself.
Well, thank you,
and
sir.
A far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
Are there many other collectors out there?
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield, and is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
Quit dawdling.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
We will. But first, there is other things we must do. Let's give the dame her ruby thing.
How the hell is anyone supposed to...
Star ruby.
Did you hear? The gates to Heavenhall in the area were breaches.
I want to see you again.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and Olive Talc? Still...
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion.
One of 3 brilliant gemstones acquired and set aside by Cid for a rainy day. Otto now deems that day to have arrived, and wishes to use the rubies to pay off 3 outstanding debts to Lady Karen, Martha of Martha's Rest, and Isabel of the Vale.
Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Vale. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Cid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same.
Yes.
Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
His son?
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Cid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done.
Was he a bearer?
But it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Cid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that.
Stay sharp.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again?
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the Hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Cid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Cid may have been the face of the Hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Cid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. but I must have hit Otto hardest of all.
Probably mid.
He didn't give up,
Or
did
maybe
he?
mid.
Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do. Gob will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
Faster!
Balls.
You deserve a rest. No mistakes.
Ah, balls.
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
Stay down!
Now, will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks.
That was super fast.
Just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Never left. back to the hideaway to hand in all these quests. Now, there's still one there that we didn't do.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
Take him for a walk?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
Elder Antelope Femur. You bought 5, mate. Short of slaying a behemoth, or a curl, a bison, a minotaur, or an adamantoise, one would be hard-pressed to find a larger leg bone. If this does not satisfy Torgal's ancestral hunger, chances are nothing will.
You can, eh? I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Really, bro?
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty. And that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Quest complete. Caval's Fang. Even a legendary king, surrounded by the realm's greatest knights and blessed by the very heavens, would have found himself hard-pressed to unite the warring tribes of ancient Valisthea. Fortunately, he had the help of his fine and trusty hound, Caval. Slightly increases Torgal's attack potency.
My knowledge is yours. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Torgal, Clive's faithful friend, is a rare frost wolf imbued with the same sorcerous strength as his ancestor Fenrir, which he calls upon to defend his allies in times of crisis. Though the manner in which he primes into his Fenriric form is reminiscent of dominants summoning their icons, Torgal calls not on his own icon, but upon the powers of those who have walked beside him over the years, and with whose ether he has become imbued. Quinton, the inscrutable landlord of Lost Wings Tavern and the leader of the village, once a high-ranking member of the Sambra Quad Judiciary, Quinton was ousted from his post and his family slain on the orders of the Lord Chief Justice. Quinton swore to bring his own brand of justice upon his nemesis' head, and it is to this end that he recruits like-minded bearers to his cause. The Lord Chief Justice, the highest-ranking judge in the Sambra Quad Judiciary. Quinton served under the previous holder of the office, and respected the man deeply for supporting him in his crusade to rid the ranks of corruption. However, all this was to change when he discovered that his idol hunted bearers for sport. The Lord Chief Justice's backing for Quinton, no more than a veil of morality to disguise the rot beneath. Quinton turned his ire upon the man, only to be met with the swift and severe retribution, the slaughter of his entire family. Lost Wing. A settlement located in central Sandbrak. It had fallen almost entirely into ruin after new roads bypassed it. That is until Quinton, a co-conspirator of Sid's, took it upon himself to rebuild it. His chief aim in doing so was to amass enough manpower to take revenge on the Lord Chief Justice of Sandbrak, and he found no shortage of others who had suffered at the man's hands willing to join him. Fearing this coming retribution, the Lord Chief Justice set the Black Shields to seek out the village in order to destroy it.
The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Who's a waggy boy?
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
Sundered whetstone, a slab of rock quarried on the southern continent. Its unparalleled hardness makes it perfect for sharpening blades forged from all manner of metals, from bronze to adamantite.
A whetstone? Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade to rattle me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I'll be working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one. August 2.
Excuse me.
It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
Right. I will.
Quest complete. Excalibur design draft. A diagram detailing the steps to forge a sword to rival that of a legendary king. Necessary for crafting the sword Excalibur. Excalibur recipe unlocked. What do we need? I assume the fucking Breaker of Worlds is shit.
Clive. So, what'll it be?
No, we need a bomb, Ember. The diamond sword, we need white worm bone.
I went up to give some greens to the chocolate.
See what this person wants in Mid's dungeon.
Well, here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you have a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper job!
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
Yes.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day.
You liar.
Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And a good hunting, eh?
Good. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
Are you on the hunt for a bomb king, Kubo? If so, I have a billet that might interest you. B rank, Bomb King, the Croc Sandbreak. A curse breaker aiming for the Imperial chase took a wrong turn into a nearby wood, within which he discovered the ruins of a fallen airship, and within them a beast akin to a great ball of fire that chased her screaming from the grove. The soldier later identified the creature as an almanac of echoes, but was firm in her insistence that the bomb she saw was near 10 times the size of the one depicted therein.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Right, we'll get these side quests done, and then I'll go off because my back's starting to really hurt. I need a new mattress.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
Acceptable.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
A fine continental maid. The Empress?
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square. Right away.
I've seen that before.
You have, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
Huh. I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. Which is where I met him. He bought passage to... oh, forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first 9 day, and there was no hiding his nag.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him. Forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
Now that's in our memories slot, I assume, in our display, I assume.
was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone.
Talia, Otto, Karen,
But he didn't let it stop
and
him.
the
He
carpenter.
never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us
Brandolph?
faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me, just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
No, don't make me cry.
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone. I'd only have told him to piss off.
Well, that one popped up out of nowhere. Ugh.
You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat.
That one caught me unawares.
I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Damn you, game. Quest complete. Sid's goblet. According to Otto, Sid never once washed his goblet, despite using it every day for both wine and small beer. I won't have it said that I'm a poor host. Sid. Displayed in closed channels. Damn it, where was it? The Croc, Sandbreck. Imperial Chase. Maybe the Imperial Chase. Let's go check it out. That wasn't the crap, was it? No, that was East Watch.
Faster!
Right then, come on, Bomb King. Bomb King, rank B.
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Yeah, you're starting to annoy me now, bro.
It's over.
We did it! Bomb Ember. Figuratively, the smouldering soul of a bomb given life by unknown magics. Literally, a very hot rock. Fortunately, there are myriad uses for such a thing, obtained by defeating the Bomb King.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff.
I probably should have brought a
Let's see
bucket.
if there's any more.
No chest, though. Bummer.
That should do it. If Hawaii needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
Right then, back to the hideaway. First we're going to Blackthorn, though. We'll check the missive out first.
Crystal too.
About the other day. I'll have you know I ain't ever shed a tear in front of no one, not even my mother, and you won't soon be catching me doing the like again. So if it please your lordship, we can both forget about the whole damn thing. The Cid I chose to follow all them years ago is gone. There ain't no dragging him back from the depths of whatever hell he's talked his way into. But his legacy, that lives on. In you and everywhere else here at the hideaway. Sure as the sky is blue. At least I think it's still blue. As long as it is, I'll be right here where you can count on me, Otto. Ah, yes, the oath. And the goblet. Miraculously undamaged in the attack on the old hideaway, Otto held on to the featureless clay cup to remind him of his lost friend before giving it to Clive, knowing that Cid would have wanted the proud bearer of his legacy to have it.
Clive? Sorry, would it be?
We'll be having Excalibur, please. Though modern day plays such as The Adventures of Sir Crandall have taken to embellishing the tale considerably, historians do agree that long ago the nations of Valisthea were, for a short time, united under a single king and his band of loyal knights. Whether or not he was indeed crowned upon drawing a sword from a stone is a matter still up for debate.
Should last you a good while.
Still no white worm bones. Or... oh, wow, that needs a lot of wyrite.
And?
Understated, but still cool looking.
I went up to give some greens to the
Where are we at? Strength 90. 268, 268.
Wish I could take one of our
Alright there, Sid?
Alright there, Sid?
How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
It is bomb ash. It is hypothesized that the bomb's inclination to self-destruct during violent encounters is a form of collective preservation, akin to how a honeybee will sting a threat to the hive at the cost of its own life.
That's the stuff! And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise.
I will not.
Right then. Let's get this contraption up and running.
Is it going to improve my healing stuff again? Some time later.
There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that.
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest leather supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo.
I'll only be a mo.
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your back. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Awesome. Quest complete. Treated potion satchel. Were the same exotic compound that was applied to the leather of this satchel be kneaded into a pair of boots, they should surely become supple enough to accommodate a man with 20 toes. Inventory increased. Yeah, I was hoping when it mentioned about inventory, you've obtained a treated potion satchel, hereby increasing your capacity for carrying consumables. Item slot increases are as follows. Potions 4 to 6, high potions 3 to 4, strength tonic 2 to 3, stone skin tonic 2 to 3. I was hoping it'd expand our accessory slots, but 'twas not to be. Right then, and with that, we will save it and leave it there for the day.